Okay, dokie, Jones. So last week, um, the kind of climax of last week's session was that we'd found out that someone of your party, believed to be Cleo, interjected at the end that they have gone missing. Um, the Lucille came back after giving you a briefing as to what the Resistance's plans are. Um, had been interrupted, and they were about to take you down to meet the person that gave them this information. Scrubbing back a little bit, we wrapped up with everyone's receiving messages from Amnee, from wherever they are in the Cave of Clarity. And you all met up at the bar to hash things out, update information, and finalize the kind of details of selling the ship, of
Can we
whatever
pause
you're
for a minute? Can everyone please mute in the background for my sake? That would be greatly appreciated. Thank you so much.
Yes, so you kind of finalized your last few bits and bobs of your of that day's tasks. Got back to the bar, had a few to drink. It got a little heated, and there was a bit of a scuffle between peoples, which led to a kind of a realization moment that that there's always been underlying issues there, and they were expressed in tears and punches and words and such. So there is discussion to be continued at some point. So we are going to pick up right where we left off. Lucille is hello.
Yeah, Greg just finished the recap, so good luck.
So yeah. Will you
how will I remember who got kidnapped and what terrible things happened last time? I'll never know. Was it Cordelia? Who knows?
Pretty sure off.
Awesome.
Actually, it was Olan.
No, it was Olan. Oh, it was Olan.
I think you mean Olaf.
Olaf, yeah, maybe.
Yeah, Olaf.
Perfect. So yeah, so just timed it perfectly. We're just about to head down. Lucille is leading you from the kind of far end of the corridor where this kind of recreation break room kind of place is. There's no like kitchen area or whatever. It's basically just tables and like long tables and stools to be sat at. So he leads you down to the briefing room that you met him in previously, and as you open the door, there is the dwarf to whom you had, has been kind of your escort down to the resistance area, as well as a young-looking elven human, not elven, human girl. And Lucille takes a step over to where they are standing, which is in front of his kind of prophecy board looking type thing where there's all sorts of pictures and lines and stuff being drawn, and asks you to stand over on the other side of the room. He points to the human girl and says, this is Nadia.
I told you that this was going to happen, and you didn't listen. You never have listened to what I've said.
Yes, this is true. I have not listened to what you have said, but this is because you are such a young girl. There's no fact. There's no fact for you to put this on. Yes, there's no fact. You never have fact. Always just rumor and hearsay.
I have facts, and now because you didn't listen to me, their friend is missing. I saw it, Lucille. I saw it with my own eyes both times.
Very well. This is Nadia. Nadia has been working I say spy operations, but they are the only person in the spy operation, so they themselves are our spy. They are our information gatherer. And we're also part of an excursion previously that was unfortunately failed when we tried to break into the vaults previously. But the less of that, it's since the past, it is done. We should not worry about this too much. Nadia believes to have seen your friend be kidnapped by... We have always long rumored that they have had magical abilities to be used, and this is why they ban the people from using them, but we have never had proof until, now, for Nadia has seen it the second time, and your friend is most certainly missing, as we have sent one of our other agents to the docks to try and find him, and they are 100% missing.
I was following you, Sir Dragonborn, and the elven, half-elven woman, and didn't see you, saw her, and got. I don't know. I don't know. I saw bolts of light hit her. There was some sort of circle that they walked into and disappeared. I've not seen anything like it before. Lucille, this was dropped though. And she hands a platinum ring and a chain to Lucille.
Fab. As you hand it to Lucille, all of you see his very usually composed look change dramatically. If there was a sound effect, it would be of a brick hitting the floor. You can see the life drain from his face and can tell most certainly his heart has truly sunk. And he looks at Nadia and says, you are certain you found this where this person was kidnapped?
Yeah, 100%. It fell during the scuffle.
He turns to the rest of the group and says, this half-elven girl, what was her name?
Cleo.
DeLeon.
And again,
she's still alive.
His heart sinks again. You can see that he's turned, like, as much as elves are generally pale, he seems to be going, like, near translucent white. And Nadia continues the briefing for one moment. I must step out. And he exits he exits the room.
Cordelia follows.
The door closes behind him, and as you put your hand on it, it says, Nadia will give you the information that she has found, and will give you more information on the vaults. For now, I must take a moment to myself.
She lets him go.
And the door closes behind him.
Oh, I'm not sure what that's about.
Greg, two things.
Hit me with it.
One, when he said that she's too young, does she look young? Can you tell?
She's not too young, but definitely a young person.
Okay.
She's about 20 years old. Has blonde hair that's braided in different places. She's wearing almost full armor, and has a shield slung on her back, as well as a very dangerous looking mace.
But the shield doesn't have. It's not the same shield as.
No, it's not.
Hi. You have
As Fallow or.
Yeah, no.
So yeah.
Celtic.
Upload. Perfect. There you go.
I'm Nadia Cotier. It's a pleasure to meet all of you. I'm sorry that it's been under such dire news. Lucille wanted me to go ahead. Yes,
Can you tell me more about? Hi, I'm Cordelia. Thank you for insisting that you saw something, because anything that you know about where she's gone, where she's been taken, will be helpful. Can you described you saw something open, like portal or some sort of spell? Can you describe that anymore?
What I saw was I saw 3 men. Well, I saw 2 men and then a cloaked figure, and one of them stood back and was chanting something I've not ever heard before, and then in kind of a circular area around them, just purple light sprung up from the ground, and then the man that was fighting her drug her onto into the circle, and then they disappeared. There was no trace of them. I looked afterwards.
Greg, do I even need to make a roll to know that that's like a teleport spell? Or is it not a
Um,
teleport spell, and should I make a roll?
Yeah, like for anyone that wants to try and see if they recognize the descriptions of these spells, then yeah, make an Arcana check.
Because I have such great arcana.
3.
Extremely bad. That's a 2.
Okay. Is anyone else rolling on it?
Please.
Oh, hell no.
Cool.
Oh, the barbarian rolled and got a 3.
Sorry, what was the trick again?
It's
Roll
to
Arcana.
roll Arcana, just to see if you recognise the descriptions of the magic that Nadia is describing.
I'll give it a shot. Natural 20.
Yeah! Good job! Nice.
Well
So yeah, so from the description that that Nadia gives, you're fairly certain you know that magic can come as different colours and different sort of designs. But for what Nadia's describing, what she said, it certainly does sound like some sort of dimension door type spell, and that the sort of magic that seemed to be cast at and hit Cleo is potentially magic missile, or could be Eldritch Blast. But you know it's some sort of cast like damage dealing spell.
I'm
Why her?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Why her? She's
Um,
not magical. Literally, me and my sister, if you can't tell, are beings of magic.
You're not a
Huge
threat.
blinking targets.
Cleo's a threat, Shane.
Oh,
Well, I mean, I don't know why your friend was taken.
She also tends to poke around places she shouldn't.
that's
So it's not,
true.
it's not hard to believe one or the other or a combination is responsible.
Lucille had me
Okay.
follow you Dragonborn sir, and her because he felt that she was a threat.
This is Olan. The Dragonborn Sir is Olan.
I apologize. I know none of your names except for yours,
Cordelia.
Yes, Cordelia.
Shall we, everyone?
What are your names and what are your powers?
And what are your abilities?
Who's your dad and what does he do?
I'm in the 5th grade.
What is your favorite color?
All right, come on.
Halvar. Right here. Yeah.
Well met, Halvar.
Shane.
Thanks.
I'm gonna guess.
Come on.
My name is Shane. I'm obviously fire oriented. If you can.
Well, I try to look past race, but when you
Would you believe me if I told you I was water based?
I mean, I'd believe you if you told me you were a dwarf. I really don't give a shit.
That's fair. That's fair.
She is a
Yeah.
dwarf.
And a beautiful one at that.
Polymorph. Terrible, terrible story.
I'm sorry and
Hard
the
eyes.
rest of you.
I am
Nashara.
Well met, Thea. Olan,
Yes.
Nashara. Sir?
I think,
The handsome, quiet one over there is Olaf.
he doesn't talk much.
He's got a pretty punchable face from what we've been told.
After she says he doesn't talk much, she does give him like the shittiest smile. Just like
Shane bursts out laughing like I just did.
At the
Like,
laughter, I would like to insight check if this man's name is really Olaf.
Yeah, go for it.
Do I need to roll deception?
Olaf.
Is this my deception or is this Caitlin's deception?
It would be
No,
whoever
it's
said.
Patch's.
Oh, I thought it was
It's
Patch said it.
It was Patch.
Yeah,
Oh.
whoever said that his name's Olaf is the one that needs to roll against it. Yeah.
21. I rolled a 14.
I'm just gonna do a quick photo here.
Natural 20?
It's probably not 20.
I'm not kidding.
Yeah.
I don't know what the hell. The golden snitch sometimes, you know.
Patch.
I wish. You know,
Patch.
I was genuinely looking forward to this being a lie, really.
Patch. You know
Can I
what they
ask
say.
Separate question.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead, Fletch.
Snitches get stitches.
Oh.
Even
Yeah.
Can Nadia see Fallow's shield?
He doesn't have it with him. He
Shield
doesn't
doesn't
have
with him.
Cool.
Fallow
it's-
is holding himself kind of like reserved, though. He's like, I just looking her over. He has not really looked at anyone else since she's entered the room.
She'll meet Fallow's gaze and nod. Well met, sir. Lucille also wanted me to explain, well, and I guess suppose ask what your next steps will be in order to complete whatever mission you might have here.
I might have to put you away.
Or we could bake cookies. Whatever you guys want to do. I mean,
Cookies sound great,
Does sound
honestly.
pretty nice.
Where are you from?
Vinchester.
Born and raised?
Indeed.
Can you do magic?
I cannot.
And no bracelet.
Hold your hands up. Shows them to you. My family has been Vinchester for generations.
How long?
I would approximate 200 years.
Would you say your family? Would you say your family is good at remembering things?
Indeed. I've been part of the resistance for my entire life. My father, my mother are part of the resistance. My grandfather was one that started it. We have been fighting that long.
I would like to insight check that.
Go for it.
I think
Yeah,
I will too.
I'm inside checking that.
Cool.
Checking.
Probably not the best.
Not a 20, so.
That's an 11.
Okay.
25.
25. So for the two sub 15s, you don't really get much of a read, but you know, Nadia's giving off the perception that she's on point. But Nishara, yeah, you can confirm 100% that she's not lying.
Okay,
She's definitely
just
telling the
checking.
truth.
What else can I answer for you?
What's the most likely place they've taken Cleo?
Probably some black site out within the Barrens.
How many black sites are there in the Barrens?
That really depends on who you ask. Some
I'm asking
estimates
you,
say
but, you know.
say 10, some say hundreds. I'd put the number probably around 2025.
Cordelia's gonna put her hand on Olan's shoulder.
That's quite a relief.
Lucille may have more information on that. That's just from what I gathered. Information I've gathered previously. They could have taken her. Hell, she could still be in the city. But chances are they pulled her to an offsite, so that her friends couldn't go get her.
Yeah.
Immediately. But
And they're using her to get to us, or they just want her because they can use her to find out more about all of us. Not like they don't have our blood or anything, or we can't do shit. It looks as a bracelet.
We may be able to.
Probably not ourselves. More likely.
You are too far away from your microphone.
Hold on. It's not likely that they think she's part of us. They think she is part of the resistance.
Well, maybe, but they saw her following me as I was heading out to the ship.
It is possible that two of you were potentially arrested, and
And how did you
And
slip
they-
away, Olan?
I went to the ship. I never came into contact with anybody. I turned around, Cleo was gone, and you know
Olan.
her.
Olan.
You went through immigration.
Wait.
You went through immigration separately.
Olan, we're going to find her.
Oh, I know.
You
Just-
have a brilliant mind for these things. You just
Yeah.
need to breathe.
I took down my guard for 1 minute, and she leaves on her own all the time.
It's not your fault.
Exactly. So there's no way you could have known.
She does do
No.
that, but you know what? She knew what she was doing, old dragon.
Yeah.
She will be okay, and we will find her, and hopefully Nadia will help us do that.
No worries.
Indeed.
Thank you. Thank you all. All right.
Until then, we have duties to attend to.
You are exactly right, Olaf.
I'm sorry, I was answering a question. Nadia, not Cleo, which is what I was going to say. Nadia looks down at the dwarf and suggests that he go get Lucille back.
And he looks up at you. Fine.
We can't plan anything if he's not here.
But at least tell them about the vaults.
Fine.
And he...
The vaults are where they keep the phylacteries at. She yells at him as he goes. It's where they store everyone's blood. It's
Nice.
and the blood is how they some way track you down should you do something.
Breathe, basically.
We're familiar with. We actually were lucky enough to find out what the vault is for. Do you know anything about the layout at this point, or any
It
chance
has-
of getting in?
Yes. It is possible to breach the vault. It is heavily secured. And they do employ some sort of magic, I guess. There, I witnessed it upon my first time
Who
within
runs the vaults?
the government, the city.
Which one is it?
Same. They are one and the same, sir.
I have heard that the government does not come into the city often. Who specifically? What faction? What are their capabilities?
Greg.
There is only one action. There. It's very single track. There is only one government. They are made up of the two heads of the governor and of the bishop, but beyond that, there's kind of your usual subsets of the government. You know, you have your bog standard bobbies on the beat with their shield guardians, and you have the other suspected departments. You have your you have your immigration as well. They're more civilian roles that people work in, but you have your more militarized roles kind of thing, like your bobbies and stuff. And then there are the ones that Nadia has many suspicions exist.
So it's run to inform you, sir. I know you're not from here. Those that are at the top level do not come into the city. They govern from outside of the city. Those that work in their stead, they can be with the army, the standing military.
Do you have a name?
Whatever Greg wants to say it is.
Nadia would not have been able
Who's
to catch a name.
Greg?
Do you have a
But-
building, a location?
Yes, I do. They also employ researchers and alchemists, developers, where they create all manner of various things to entrap, ensnare, and hold people. It's where they where they create everything. I've seen things you wouldn't imagine there. I was the only
I
one to
imagine.
survive.
It's
In
true. He's got a
order-
really good imagination.
In order to get your magic back, you'll need to be able to get the bracelets off, which is its own problem. But if you don't want to be traced by anything so they can find you, that's why you need to remove your phylactery. You need to be able to do both things, I would assume, given, as your friend has pointed out, you are magical beings.
Yes, correct. Then we have to get into the vault. I am hesitant. I am hesitant to not try and pursue Cleo first, but
We need our powers.
I certainly do.
And is the door...
What was the magic you saw?
Go for it. You ask your question first.
Say again?
What was
Sorry?
the magic you saw?
Yeah, what did we decide that magic was? Sorry, I think I might have missed it. Yeah.
No, from the vault. You said you saw mix.
Oh.
To answer Caitlin's question,
back to the map.
Nashar was able to assume that it was magic missile and
Okay.
a teleport or dimension door spell.
Shit. Dropping shit. It's alright.
I would also know it's dimension door, but it doesn't.
There was one point where I walked across something and almost like a flash powder went off, and then there was a chiming of bells, but nothing that came from it. Like, I couldn't see the mechanism for it. There were these, I don't know, rays, like lines of some sort of energy that came from a person. There was fire. Oh, I remember the fire. There was like a wall of it, and it blocked the path from being able to get anywhere. Things like that. This was also some time ago.
How long is some time ago?
5 years.
I see. You must have been very young.
I was approximately 15 when I was on that mission.
Who went with you?
Skylar, Blackston, Illyria went with me.
All gone?
No one made it out except me. But we have done our own research, and we can get you. We can get you back in there. I'm sure. Lucille seems to have good thoughts about all of you and what you can do for the resistance. I am sure that he believes that you can get into the vaults and do what needs to be done. We will get you there.
Has Lucille told you much about us?
Not a lot. There have been things, and I was asked to follow your friend Cleo because he felt that she was a threat to Olaf. But other than that you're here to help. and that's what we need.
Question. Where did you receive your training?
Here in Winchester.
By who?
My father and other members of Lucille and other members of the resistance.
What combat have you seen?
Just what I've seen here on the streets, sir. Best militia that you could ever ask for.
Fair enough.
Shall we get Lucille back?
Yes.
The door
Lucille left
does.
because he wanted to.
The door does start to open very gently, almost as if it's been opened by someone for someone. And you see the door swing open, and full of face of a sweet bun, Amnee
Hi,
walks in.
guys.
That wasn't Nadia. That was
No,
Nadia.
Twist.
I smell very strongly of curry, too. Just a side note.
Yeah. Lots of curry.
Shane runs over to Amnee and just hugs them.
Nadia puts her hand on her mace, unsure of what's going on until Shane goes and hugs the person, and then
Yeah, Cordelia puts a hand out to Nadia, like, no, it's okay. We're good
it
here.
seems
And
that
then
you know
once-
each other. Yeah.
Once Shane lets go of the hug, she pulls back and is like, "Did you just visit your friend again?"
I don't understand.
The curry?
Oh, yes. Elle was asleep, though, so I didn't get to visit her, no. But this
Oh,
bun
shame.
is so tasty, man. I think I could just live at that shop.
I didn't get to visit yet. We were actually about to before we heard some news. I thought that you were in that chamber.
Well, I was told that somebody has been kidnapped by the government,
Yes.
and I figured it'd be more useful to be here. Well, maybe they figured it would be more useful if I were here.
We're glad to see you again, Amnee. We were happy to receive your message, though we were worried when you left.
Well, after watching the way the citizens reacted to the guards, well, guards, quote unquote, I did some digging, and it was worrisome, but I came across something intriguing, but we'll talk about that later.
By all means, don't let me stop you.
Anyway,
Amnee, this is Nadia.
Well met.
She saw Cleo get taken.
Hmm.
Nadia's gonna start pinning stuff to the board.
Yeah, Amnee still hasn't walked through the door because Shane did a hug attack.
Yes. Though Nadia would say, if you're going to come into the room, please come into the room and close the copper door.
Right.
Thank you.
Once Olan sees that it's Amnee, he just kind of shuffles over a little bit toward Thea and just says, "One walks in, and one walks out."
Yeah.
If you want to see somebody reacting to the guards, you should have seen how Halvar reacted to the guards.
Olan hears that and says, "Oh, how'd you react?"
May have defenestrated one.
He tossed him out the window. It was brilliant.
Good on you.
So, I don't know this room, Greg. I've walked into a room. We're behind the copper doors.
Yeah. So basically, what you see is where Nadia, after introducing herself, she's turned to a board, and it's kind of like a, you see in the critical recaps when Danny flips out. It's kind of that board with like lots of notes and like lines that connect them all. It's kind of like that with lots of like letters from the government, old kind of notes and drawings and things that are all connected in very various ways.
I'd like to analyze the board for timeline.
Okay. There's very few dates written on things, as most of the people that would look at the board it's obviously they know when these things happen. The only one that is dated is a letter from the government, which is dated roughly 100 years, 108, like 102 years ago, which is like, it effectively details the changing of the kind of nomination period for governor and for bishop. That they are going, the government have agreed that each bishop and each governor will only hold post for 10 years, and that there will be a 2-year nomination voting period and all that kind of jazz. And that's from about 102 years ago.
Okay.
And that's the only one that's dated. Everything else kind of details a variety of people going missing. There's like drawings of of that, what seems to be runic symbols, which obviously for anyone else that looks at it, it seems to similarly describe what Nadia seen in the vaults. There are drawings of the shield guardians that there people seem to make notes about, like there's like detect magic question mark, like the blood tracking question mark, all that kind of a variety of different bits of information that have been suspected through the resistance, and these are all kind of connected. So you see the detect magic question mark connected to the shield guardians, and a variety of other different lines connected to different sources of information. But obviously, from your experiences in Winchester and for the group as a whole, there's little to kind of confirm nor deny any of these suspicions. So it's kind of a take your pick. Like, do you believe it? Do you not? Kind of thing.
And do I get the sense that this is like George's little secret room where you can perform magic in it if it's really quick and fast kind of stuff, or?
I mean, from when you visited George's previously, it was behind a copper door, but the only magic that he cast was via the sandstone. So you're not sure if you're able to cast magic yourself or if, if the sandstone. But you from what George explained to you, being behind a copper door is fairly safe to use magic.
Sweet. Okay. Thanks.
You got it.
So I'm just sort of standing very awkwardly to the side of the board.
Cool.
It's a pretty good board. That was me. Just saying. Sorry. I'm gonna shut up now.
Cool. So maybe after 10-15 minutes or so, you all kind of get up to date with Amnee and what they went through.
Charlotte does not speak to Amnee.
Ooh.
Ooh.
And kind of get up to date as to what's happening when eventually Lucille does walk back into the room.
Nadia
Does
straightens.
Does he look less miserable
Than
when he left?
I mean, he has rest in misery face.
Can I make an insight check on how bad his depression is?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, cool. Great. God, is this therapy?
Man, if I could just do that in real life.
Yeah. Is this
Can
what
I
therapists
insight
do?
check what their
I got
depression-
a natural one.
Oh, he's super happy.
And I mean, you have your suspicions that he's pretty still down about whatever he's discovered. Like, you don't know why he's so sort of tossed up about it, but you can pretty much gather he's got rest and misery face. So you don't seem to see if he's up or down of his previous sadness. But he walks in and says, "Oh, I see we have a new guest. I am Lucille."
Hello, Lucille.
So this is Amnee, a friend of the group here.
And he puts a hand out to Amnee to offer a hand.
Amnee takes it and does
and
like
he
the
shakes it.
two-handed gentle squeeze.
Cool. And he obviously reciprocates and says, "It is a pleasure to meet you. I did not know there was another member. I thought there was just 8 of them. I had no idea there was 9 of you."
I was away doing some research.
I see. Anything that may help us in our efforts?
Not directly, but perhaps indirectly.
Any information is certainly of use to all of us. If you'd be so kind as to share, this would be fantastic.
Well, hold on. Oof.
Typing whisper.
Yeah, sorry guys.
No, it's okay.
You're good.
I actually find it very
Very what?
compelling.
Oh, Antissa. Patient.
Yes.
Patient.
Well, I mean, it's just conjecture here, but there's the element of time, and I believe, perhaps, and I may be wrong, that the government here is tied to the bigger picture of necromancy that we have been dealing with on another continent.
I see.
Cordelia! Oh no! Cordelia had an aneurysm.
No, Caitlin had an aneurysm. Great, this is awesome.
And to what have you found of this?
I'm sorry, what does that mean?
Like, basically, he's asking, what have you seen that may connect this?
Yeah, more conjecture at this point, but there was talk about magic being used inside the government. What the hell, Alexa? No. Go away. And obviously they're using blood, but I don't think it's just to track people. I think it's so that they can stay 2 steps ahead of us.
He kind of speaks a little louder, as if he's not just talking directly to you. Another one with the magic stories, huh? Is this one of your friends that you're trying to sell us, Nadia?
Oh, magic?
I know.
What's this magic stories? What?
Lucille doesn't believe that they use magic in this city. He's wrong. What is wrong, Lucille?
Greg, can I? No. Would I?
Yes, maybe.
I roll an insight check on Lucille.
Go with it.
I will join.
Okay. And what's your question?
I leave for 10 seconds.
Lucille
Don't
just
leave.
came in
My
and looks upset, that's all.
you.
So that is a 22.
I only got a 2.
So yeah, Thea, you can't get a read on him. He's fairly poker faced. Fallow, you get a sense that he's not lying in any sense, but whatever the connection to the ring and necklace that Nadia gave him certainly holds some extreme importance to him, because he has changed from being that kind of patient, calm, collected. You can see there's kind of a more haste about him. Like he's trying to like speed this along a little.
I had to send Caitlin a message. It was important.
That's fine.
Okay.
And he kind of gathers everyone's attention, and says, I think that we must make finding your friends an important part of your tasks within Vinchester, as they are obviously important to you, and we must find them. This is for if they are kidnapped by some
Lucille.
So
Go
my
home.
liege.
Get some rest.
No, I am all.
Get some rest.
I have no home. This is it.
Then go lay down somewhere. Get some rest.
No, it's more than that. Lucille, what's going on?
Nothing is. It is fine.
Then why don't you give what I gave to you back to the party so they can have it for their friend?
Yes, I actually was already planning on asking. I will require the ring and chain.
I was going to give it to George to do some investigation on it to find out if it holds any magical properties, because if we cannot remove it from this room, then the government will be able to detect it upon you if you leave.
Would I know that, Katrina?
Of that it...
If there were magical properties to them?
You know it doesn't. It's not magical.
Hell yeah. Okay. Actually, I'm already aware that they're non-magical. I'll be taking them.
Oh. Are you going to try and lie that, or are you confirming, like...
Am I confirming that they're non-magical?
Like, are you...
Unless
yeah, like,
Katrina doesn't know that they are magical.
Yeah, that would be true.
But I mean, if Cordelia thinks that they're not,
Cool.
and you think that she would know that Cleo said
No,
they're
no.
not, then yeah.
That's fine. I'm just asking the question.
Cordelia is living her truth.
Exactly. Yeah.
If this room blocks magic, then I can actually double just sure. Or if
The
like
room-
if I can cast while in here.
The room
I
itself
was
blocks
understanding
magic,
that right.
but your bracelet also does the same.
We still can't do magic, but they also wouldn't be able to sense that we tried. Is that the correct understanding, Greg?
Basically, yeah. Should there be any ability to cast magic within this room, the detection, at least is theorized and confirmed by Lucille and others of the Resistance, wouldn't be able to be detected by the government, but your bracelet still would prevent the cast of magic.
I was so excited for like half a second.
Sorry.
I know, but if we do get the bracelets off and we still need a safe place to cast, this could be a viable place.
Are you guys talking about the bracelets out loud, or was that OOC?
No, that was out of character. Sorry.
Thank you.
So he very begrudgingly hands the necklace and chain back over to Cordelia. He kind of like holds he's actually put the ring inside the chain is to like obviously keep them together, and kind of like has the chain and the ring hanging out while holding on to the other part of the chain, and kind of lays the pendant and ring part in Cordelia's hand, holds on to it for a few seconds, takes a deep breath, and then releases it, and kind of looks at your hand while it holds it out there for a few seconds.
Cordelia slowly closes her hand while making direct eye contact.
He's not making eye contact with you. He's
she's just staring at him. Then she's watching whatever's going on with his face.
You pull your hand
scrutinizing
away
him.
a bit. And he takes a deep breath and says, perhaps I will take your advice and I will go.
Nadia stands in front of the door.
If you will excuse me, please, Nadia, I will go in.
Lucille, how do you know the Delions?
Sorry. I do not know the Delions. I have no knowledge of them.
You reacted very strongly when you heard the name.
No, I just wanted to confirm so that we know when we go to the vaults, we make sure we are looking for the correct phylactery when you collect it.
Insight check.
Yeah, actually, Cordelia has a little bit more. She holds the chain so that the ring is hanging.
Mm-hmm.
You were very attached to this, which is the signet.
It's just, it's very pretty.
No.
Amnee walks over, places an arm gently on his arm, because she's seen Cordy do this, looks him in the eye and says, if you really want our help, we need to know. When there's this kind of mistrust, we can't.
Make a perception check and do it with advantage, because that was
Perception or persuasion?
Persuasion, sorry. Yeah.
Persuasion.
Okay. It's like, why? Why wouldn't you make a perception check?
Yeah, about to get
Why
stabbed.
would they make a perception check?
25.
And shift to the ribs.
Woo!
25. Awesome. So for those of you that rolled your insight, you can see that he's not even like trying to hide it. You could see it with a simple if you got over 10 you're fine. That he's physically shaken by this whole situation, and all these eyes on him asking the same questions, just making him feel really uneasy. And then Amnee, you walk over to him and you give him your rousing speech, and he looks you dead in the eyes, and then he walks over to Fallon and takes a knee in front of Fallon. He removes the shield from his back and hands it flat to you above his head. My liege, I must return this to you, for it was not mine in the first place.
I look at it.
It's a seal.
Definitely, a shield of your royal, not your royal, but the armies of families, the ones that were the front line. It's as you would expect it, had it not even seen battle. It's immaculate. They've obviously either repaired it or it's never seen battle at all. But he holds it aloft of his head and gives it to you.
I look it over. Do I need to make any roll?
Lucille, what are you doing?
I am returning my shield and my sword to the royalty who belong to own it, for it was never mine in the first place.
Well, it may never be yours. You're within my employ.
No, no.
Your duty is not done, Lucille.
Mine never started.
Lucille, who
shield
did
does
it
not
belong
belong-
to?
This shield did belong to Lucille Viribus, but he died many years ago.
What?
Lucille
Then-
Viribus, along with Nadia's grandfather and some others, were the ones to begin the resistance, and I found them when I came from the Empire.
The
I draw
Empire?
my sword.
What is your name?
Oh, wait. Hold up. The Empire as in, like, the place we came from?
Our empire.
Amnee says
the
it's
one we
okay.
came-
It's okay to tell him. It's okay.
He takes off his belt that has his sword sheathed on it and lays it in front of Al. I have been in the resistance for over 80, 90 years, but, half-elves, we do not age as you humans do, so I took on the mantle of Lucille Viribus when he passed to ensure that the resistance did not falter in its operations, that they had no mistrust in a foreigner running its operations, that they would ensure we had consistency in ensuring we are fighting the government for their corruption.
What is your name?
My name is Lucian de Leon.
Then it is alright. Do you still wish to fight against?
I wish to find my
Why?
sister.
Cordelia hugs him. Cordelia hugs him. Cordelia gives back the ring.
If you kind of like crash into him, like the shield falls over, as he's not moved, he still's holding the shield to follow.
He was kneeling, yeah.
So you like kind of tackle him to the floor. The shield goes.
I think she just comes and like pulls him up and then like.
And yeah, you kind of just like he's like almost fallen over. Cool. You can tell he's pretty shaken up by that revelation of like being the first people that have ever found out. He seems to be kind of holding firm.
She missed you, you know.
She would have done anything.
I know. And it is my turn to do anything to find her while she is being, well, God knows what. She is, could be anywhere, could be going through any number of horrors against this government.
Didn't see that coming.
Cordelia laughs a little bit unstably. Just a little bit.
He
Lucille.
stands up.
You have done your duty. More so than anyone who's been alive. Thank you for your service. Though you may not be a Viribus by blood, you are a Viribus in name and the duty you upheld. Your duty is not done yet, but you do deserve time to deal with this matter. Take a year. After so, find me again if I still live.
I will
You'll be rewarded
remain.
for your service.
I will remain with the resistance to ensure they stand to and we overturns this corruption that exists in Eltriana.
The shield and sword. Wait, hold up. Do I know any magical properties of them?
No, the shield and sword don't hold any real
that's
magical
what I
properties to
thought.
themselves. You know, there are kind of there were often legions of sort of soldiers who were magically capable, and they used either their shield or their sword as their focus. So potentially, the materials they are made of, they are able to channel, their arcane properties through them. Which for the rest of the group, obviously makes sense as to when he tried to blast Nishara away from him using magic previously. So you know that the material is capable of channeling magic, but in of itself, it is not magical.
The shield and sword will befit you. Much more than they will me. They've served you well before, and the Virubus family will serve you well again. For that, you may keep them. You have earned them.
And he picks up the sword and reattaches to his himself, and picks up the shield and returns it to latch on his back.
Greg?
Yo.
Am I actually group? Did Cleo never end up meeting Lucille before this?
No, she did. But
yeah.
Lucy, well, now Lucian, previously Lucille, didn't recognise Cleo either.
That's brutal. Oh
Hold
my
on,
god,
Patch wasn't here.
Okay, Patch. Real quick update, bud. Lucille is
fire up.
Lucille is not Lucille Virubus. Lucille is Lucian Delion. He's Cleo's brother that she thought was dead. So
do we all know that now?
Yes, it was revealed publicly. Cordelia went and the scene right now. Cordelia has hugged him and given him back the signet ring that she demanded from him, and then Fallow sort of insisted, like, even though you may not truly be Lucille Virubus, you carry the Virubus responsibility and the honor, and you deserve it. So he still deserves his place here, even if he wasn't who he said he was. But he wants to find his sister, and isn't that just a bitch that they met before and neither of them knew it? Okay, all right.
Well,
go ahead and do what you must, Lucille.
And he kind of he still treats you as his legion. He bows and turns to leave, and
Nadia's still standing in front of the door.
Cool. Now that I have told you the truth, will you allow me to leave and deal with my responsibilities?
Well, no, actually, I'm sorry, Lucille, but you're needed more now than ever if we're going to get your sister back.
Fellow walks over to the side of Lucille. Let him through, please.
You were extremely quiet, Fletch.
Yeah, Fletch.
Fellow walks over to the side of Lucille. Let him through, please.
Are you sure you're all right?
I have seen many horrors, and I have been told of much worse. It is just important that we compose ourselves and manage to rescue her.
We're going to need you to be able to do that. So rest, as I suggest, but we'll need you to formulate the plan.
Of course. Unless anyone knows how to remove the bracelets, unfortunately, I have no idea.
Get some rest, Lucille. I'll talk with you shortly. And I'll move.
Cool. And he
Stay
leaves.
safe.
Actually, retcon, I will say I will walk with you back to your rooms because I
Cool.
need to AFK. So
You got it. Cool. So Nadia and Lucille both leave.
Okay,
Vala continues looking at the door.
we have things to do. We have. Okay. So we need to get the bracelets off, and we need to destroy the phylacteries. So either we need to. Well, frankly, ideally, I think we'd want a way to take them off as
My
soon as we
bracelet is
are.
already off.
How? Amnee, please share your secret then.
No secret. Brute force. There's a seam on the inside.
Amazing. And they can't tell that it happened.
As soon as Olan hears that,
Yeah.
really?
Yeah, Cordelia sticks out her own arm for anybody to try.
They have
Take it.
They have our blood, which was the
Yes.
problem in the first place.
They can still track you if they have a way to find out that you don't have the bracelet.
That's
that
what
could
I'm
be a
asking.
problem.
Amnee.
I'm pretty sure that still triggers the...
Amnee, how did it happen? You just tried it and it just worked.
No, my bracelet ended up attached to a copper vein in the cavern. And I was stuck to the wall. So I had to use brute force to get myself out.
Yeah, I think it has to do with the copper in the place you were in, because
possible.
that's what I've been told is if we get there, then we can take these off.
Then let's get there, get these off, and get to work.
Yeah, we just found
Agreed.
that out at the forge. I'm worried about them still having our blood, though.
That's
They won't-
second.
Theoretically, if we take
These
them
leave
off,
second phylactery, because we happen to have a little somebody that's able to do something about large buildings that tend to be flammable.
I would like to, out of character, confirm, did Amnee had their blood taken, is that correct?
Yep.
Okay, so
Yeah.
then coming back to this, Amnee, after you left that area, nobody seemed to know that the bracelet's gone. Nobody's noticed. Nobody's giving you any trouble.
Nope.
my theory is that being in the cavern of copper, taking off that copper, they wouldn't be able to tell because it's already
no magic
Well,
is in
here-
there. Whew.
right. Yeah, there's
Here-
already
Here's
dampening all the magic.
So theoretically, we
Here's
could
the
take them off from
question
here.
May not be enough copper in here.
That's fair.
The
What
big
was that,
question
Shai?
is, have you cast magic since taking it off?
Not near
That was my next
Winchester.
question.
Not near Winchester.
No. I'm not stupid.
Well, there is the theory that in here we'd be able to cast magic without the bracelets on.
I don't know that I want to do that if it could be detected and bring hell upon us all before we're ready.
That is wise.
That was the point of the question. If they can still detect us casting magic, then the phylacteries are kind of priority, because then we can just go break them and use our magic right then.
But
If we break them and then try to use magic, they'll know about it, which will alert them to the fact that we're trying to get to the phylacteries so that they don't know about it.
I feel like
So-
they already know who we are.
Yeah, I don't think there's much hiding that
No.
now.
So then it's less about caution and more about speed.
Yes.
Now my
Yeah.
concern is if we go in there while you all still have your copper bracelets on. That copper bracelet magnetic was really strong. Like, it was really hard. It attached me to the wall quite solidly. I would be concerned that they would be able to do something like that to each of you in there.
Olan takes his hands and goes,
Yes, he
They-
I
does.
got that.
Yeah, we have enough people with brute force that I think we should have no problem getting out of them.
Amnee, they?
I'm not worried about breaking them, honestly.
The government?
No, I mean,
Yeah,
You
who's
said-
they?
You said attached to the copper. What happened to
What
you?
exactly happened to you?
Well, George talked about the caverns of the caverns of clarity, and that they've been long forgotten. Damn you, Patch! Serious moment, laughing. And there was something else he said that triggered my intrigue. So I went off to find them, and I did find them. But it was a very unsettling experience, I can tell you that. There's no one in there.
Shane, is that what you saw?
I got down to a room with a table 7-sided, just like in the temples. And there was a hole in the middle where magic could go out of and leave the caverns. We'd been there
Well,
before.
Yes. Let's go face it, then. Even if we do have to face something similar, Amnee, all of us, most of us at least, require these off, but all of us need them off for what we need to do. This was always inevitable. Let's just go do it.
What about the phylactery?
Phylactery is second. Bracelets first. Cleo third. Eltriana fourth. I don't hear any objections, but I understand that it's a big ask.
Follow us up.
Olan's following.
Okay. We'll get Lucienne and Nadia and let them know what's going on, and off we go. Cordelia's gonna go try.
Does everyone have a melee weapon?
Cordelia has a crossbow.
Yes. Oh, she's so good with it.
Olan is a melee weapon.
Yeah, Olan's just doing this.
Yeah.
He's not bringing his bow. He's not bringing a stick. He's just got his sack tied to his side.
A simple guy. Back to basics.
Yeah.
Cordelia's gonna go find Nadia and Lucienne.
Cool.
Amnee
You
stays
find
back
them.
and watches the board, studies the board.
Are you not coming with Amnee?
Well, I mean, good luck finding it all on your own. I will stay here and study the board while you guys figure out what you're doing.
I think it was like, this is out of character. I think it was like dramatic, like, let's get shit done. Scene exit while we tell Nadia that this is what we're getting done. And also, does she want to come with because she's played by our dear friend Katrina?
Cool. So, as you head into, they're kind of in a small tight office thing. And then as you walk in and obviously you explain that, the revelation that this cavern of clarity can help remove these bracelets. He says to you that's probably the best news he's had all day, and instructs Nadia to go with you as a kind of local area guide / kind of guard type scenario.
Plus, if we have 2 people with no bracelets on, if the rest of us get sucked onto copper, at least we'll have some help. Right? Is that dumb?
Is this out of character?
No, that makes sense to me.
No, this is out of character. This is out of character.
Yes, that totally makes sense.
So
wait, can I have like 3 minutes really quick?
Yeah. Julia, I have that fear every time I try to introduce anything in any game that I'm in. Every time I introduce something to a group, I'm afraid. I'm terrified that the whole group's just gonna be like, no!
Yeah.
So I've called you all here to battle the great threat.
Yeah, we're
I'm
good.
not
thanks.
feeling it. Good. Gonna leave.
I've had multiple games start with like people meet
Campaign
up.
in a couple months, and I'm terrified of that.
Trust your players, Julia.
Well, here's the thing: like half of my players are like, one of them is a drunkard, so I'm just gonna have him wake up drunk over there. They already know that that's gonna happen. But the other one says his main goal is to leave the city he's in, and I'm not starting in the city he's in. So I'm like, cool, thanks, player. And I'm like, guys, I really want this to be true to your players, and I want to make the game for you. And then he's like, yeah, I want to stay in this city. And I'm like, cool.
Dang it.
Yeah.
There's a story about that. When the group comes to Lucien and Nadia to tell them their plan, Nadia bends the knee to Fallow. I apologize, sir. I did not know. But it has been explained to me, and you must know I am here to do whatever it takes.
Thank you. You're perfectly fine. I am trying to deal with a few matters personally, but you seem sturdy and a skilled addition with bountiful skill. I look forward to seeing you and your abilities play out.
Of course, sir. Thank you. That was it. All right, AFK.
Okay. Oh, no. Okay, no. Is the 3 minutes starting now that we have to wait? Or was that...
No, that was it. Yeah.
Okay.
Fallow walks off and is just taking an erratic path to the city.
Can we say that before he did that, can we say that as a team we established, like, leaving at dawn type deal?
I don't know, can we?
I don't know.
Oh,
That's
are we
what I'm
not doing
asking. I'm
this
asking,
now?
I'm asking the group.
I mean, there's
At dawn we plan.
I mean, unless we're literally
What time is it now again?
I just didn't want to drag Fallow back if he was walking off, because unless we're leaving immediately, in that case, like, we can't walk off. But if we are leaving in the morning, then anybody can do anything or have any interactions that they want to do before we get this.
No time like the present.
Okay,
It's
who
still
votes that
it's
we
still like
leave in the morning?
it's still really
Let's
late
get
at
the
night,
ball
right, Greg?
rolling.
Yeah, so by this time it's probably like midnight-ish. It's like the night's fully in, the moon's in its highest point, so.
Old dragons need their sleep. Grumble.
The two dragons both want to go.
Yeah, no. Young dragons also need their sleep. I would actually, in fact, all of us need sleep.
Mm-mm.
Good night.
But I don't.
Yeah, get the
Me.
rage
No, I
back.
don't. I'm fine.
I don't need sleep.
I haven't done anything yet.
I used rage, so
We just
could
met up
sleep,
with,
but I'm fine.
we just met up with Nadia. How's Lucien looking?
Like when he obviously briefed you and things, it seemed okay, but he definitely needs some time to kind of deal with some shit.
Olan might have to deal with some shit with Lucian.
After filling in Nadia and okay, we're all gonna get a solid 8 hours sleep and then get out of town.
Yeah.
Cordelia's gonna, I don't know if he's like chilling, if he's like slumped over a table or something, but Cordelia's gonna go and sit with Lucien for a second. And she says, your sister's gonna be really happy to know it's you, you know.
Maybe. maybe not. She may hate me for allowing her to get lost.
She will
may
not. There is. I don't think that there is anything in this world, now or then, that could have made your sister hate you. I know it can't make you less nervous. And it can be really hard to I'm not very good at talking about sibling relationships. I'm sorry. I was thinking, well, you know Cleo, and you're very good friends with Cleo, and you have a sister, so maybe you could help him, but I'm sorry, I'm just rambling.
No, I understand where your care comes from. I have faith. This is something that the real Lucian taught me. That faith must be absolute for good things to happen. I have faith that should you have traveled with Cleo for some time, that she trusts you absolutely to do your part to find her. So I have absolute faith that we shall succeed. It is just a matter of getting things done in the right order. Again, something that Lucian taught me. You cannot run before you learn to walk. You cannot walk before you learn to crawl.
Cleo and I had a deal when we were back at the Empire. Things happened with your shared childhood home, and afterwards we decided that once we found my dad, we would get back her family. Whatever it took.
Well, looks like whatever fate or destiny or overarching entities have intervened, they have helped you quite dramatically with your deal. For I am one of 3 other siblings that Cleo has, so
Well, it's definitely helped us with half of our deal.
Yeah, you're right. But now we have to upstand and find the other
Sure.
real.
But also, I understand wanting to do things in the proper order and finding comfort there. But things aren't going to happen in the order that you want them to. Or
No,
the order that you deal with.
I have come to terms with this. It is a simple, leadership thing that I know where I may want to go find her first, that without you and your group's magical abilities, that may be more difficult than its first thought. So I know you must go and remove your bracelets and then find your phylacteries in the vaults. Makes this worthwhile.
We'll make it quick.
This is fine. I suggest you get some rest with your group.
I suggest you get some rest.
Yes, while you are finding your finding the caverns, I will do some investigating as to where possibly Cleo may have been taken. I have some other able bodies who can acquire some more information. We have some people inside the government that may be able to do some digging.
Okay. It's I mean, if there's any time in your life that you were better suited to find your sister once you knew where she was, this is it.
This is true. It has been a long time since I have seen her.
Yes, it has. Longer than we thought.
So that sounds like a story, but for now, you must rest.
She can tell it once we get her back.
That seems like a good deal.
Good night, Lucian.
And to you, rest well.
And off she goes.
Cool. So, Does anyone else want to do anything, or is everyone bedding down for the evening before making plans, heading out?
Olon has been out of the way, but nearby where Cordelia and Lucian were chatting. And
Yeah.
after Cordelia leaves, Olon's going to just wait for Lucian to walk by him. And he's going to pipe up and say, "You know what kind of hell you've put your sister through?"
Oh, Cran, I hope you're getting this.
The
Do you have any
decision.
idea what it's like to watch one of your friends think that she has to fight ghosts to earn her family's love? Do you know what it's like to know that your family member has gone and suffered the burning of their house, the changing of their name, the entirety of their life upended, only to find out that there is a family member still around? You get some sleep tonight. You dream tonight. And you think about that. And I'll see you in the morning. And if you don't have a plan by the time we get these bracelets off, you better hope I don't cough in your direction.
You may wish to withstand your judgment before you know what I had to experience and the pain that I had to go through to be sent to this place against my will. But for now, we must concentrate our efforts on finding my sister.
I don't have a family legacy. I don't need one. I've never sought one. Cordelia may be nice to you, but I can tell you right here and now, Cleo wanted familial love.
He, as you say that, he kind of gives a slight smirk. I can see the burning passion of loyalty and the connections that one has made with people. It is part of leadership to know the characters of ones who follows them. You may have no relations through blood, but your family travel with you.
I have no family. I have friendships, and that's close enough. But I don't consider any of them my family. But they're all close to me. Yes.
Hold on, let me check something. Cool. He takes from his back his shield, and it's very similar to Fallow Shield. It has that kind of Roman legionnaire, very tall, and with that large kind of iron button in the middle. He lays it on the desk, and you start to see it glow. It glows a kind of a very bright white. And it's not bright white that it illuminates, but it turns very bright white. You feel this kind of, not invigoration, but this kind of like divine energy begin to sort of find itself within you. And he, you can see that he has like his hands on either side of the shield. You may need this for your travels with your friends, or what may become family, I'm sure.
What, you're giving me a shield?
No, but the magic that I have transferred to you. This will be my the beginning of my apology to her. I can see in you as that she means just as much to you as she does to I. For that, I appreciate anything you have done to ensure she has remained alive, because I know she can make some rash decisions. When she was younger, there were often occasions where she would make the wrong decision and would end up getting hurt. And although our parents were less forgiving, I have always been the one to protect. So I appreciate you taking that role while I was forced away. And he has cast at 3rd level Beacon of Hope, which gives you wisdom, advantage on wisdom saving throws and death saving throws, and if anyone casts any healing spells on you, it's you get the maximum points available.
And that's good for how long? Is that 24 hours?
It's concentration for up to a minute, but for the sake of story, I'm gonna say it's like the first. In fact, what Olan's got his new shiny trousers on, right?
Yeah.
So you asked for them to be inlaid with metals, right?
Yeah, he wanted blue inlay or something.
Sick.
He wanted something like that.
Cool. So where they've changed, where they were once blue, they are now gold. Like they can have a golden color.
That works.
Cool. So we'll say that it's like a single cast basically at 3rd level, so that when you require it, you can kind of like give your choosers a wee shuggle, and you get Beacon of Hope available to you.
And what was written in the chat is exactly right.
Yeah. Like someone's just like, "Oh, you need help!" Smack right in the asshole.
And no one's like, "Ooh,
shiny choosers of hope."
The most hopeful cheeks you'll ever find.
I got him.
Oh, GG, that was cool.
Really,
but yeah,
GG.
so he offers that to you and then returns his shield to.
Tell it to her when we get her back.
I will.
Good night.
Rest well.
Olan will get a full night's rest.
Awesome. Cool. So yes, anyone else for any pre-sleep
Question?
activities? Hit me with it.
Since I haven't been able to watch the videos yet,
Yeah.
have you guys had a session where everyone sat down and like both groups exchanged all the information about what happened on the Empire side of things? Did we do that?
what do you mean?"
What do you mean?
Well, yeah,
Empire
what do
side
you
of
mean?
things?
As a group,
No,
like, the Sunday
we
squad
have
and the
not-
Saturday squad sat down and been like, "This is what we went through.
We-
This is what we know."
No, we have not had a sit down campfire.
I don't think formally. Yeah, no. I think
We've-
that's
like-
come out.
Bits and pieces, but
Yeah,
Yeah.
bits and pieces, and I think that there was like some I think that when we first met up, we talked about filling each other in some aspects in general, but we didn't like do it in character.
Okay.
We could just Paper Mario it.
And then have you guys asked like the underground resistance, like what all they have amassed and what they have prepared, what they can donate to the cause of taking over the Empire or the government? Have we done that yet?
Not yet.
Okay. We're prepared.
We're so
Awesome.
prepared. This is what we do when you're not here.
We've been kind of dealing with each other before
Well,
dealing with everything
Yeah,
else.
Yeah.
it's been a series of new information and new events happening, and trying and getting resettled in Winchester, and then
Okay.
here we are.
And making money.
Right, making money.
Yeah.
Perfect.
And how many
So-
people does it take to cheer follow up?
Um,
And
an
not,
entire
there haven't been enough so far.
royal
No, not
people.
yet.
He's a lot to be sad about.
Yep. So I think Amnee would go find Lucille
True.
after all of that and then sit down and be like, so tell me about this resistance. What all do you guys have? What have you been planning? What's the deal here? How prepared are you?
So he gives you the full download. He says that they are completely unprepared for any full-scale assault, but they are certainly more able of information gathering at this moment. They have a lot of people in certain places, positions, posts, blah blah blah, that they are able to acquire information as and where they need to. They have a couple of people who are slightly more capable in fights, but there are fewer than those who are, the much older previous members of the resistance, like George, who are long past their ability to withstand a battle. But they are there to attempt to overthrow the government. They're going to try and do so by less upfront means and more changing hearts and minds of the people of Eltriana and Vinchester.
Is there any group prepared to do like distracting like dive bomb attacks where no one really gets hurt, but it distracts and splits their forces? Is there enough people for that kind of work?
Not even close. There
Good to know.
are maybe 2 or 3 of us capable of being able to handle a scuffle, and then our exit strategy would be non-existent.
Okay, that's good to know. But you have information.
Yes, that we are not short on.
They keep telling you to sleep, so you should probably go sleep. But if you have information that I can look over about the towers with the phylacteries while everyone sleeps, that would be great.
We know very little regarding the vaults themselves. Anything we did had was lost in the original attempt to break in. But
Okay, well, is
the
there
tower, other than there being long-term prisoners in there, we know nothing.
Okay, well, do you have? I mean, I looked over the board and I'll look over it some more. But is it okay for me to just look through stuff? Is there anything I shouldn't look through here? Is it
Everything
open?
that we have is on that board, so you may peruse it at your will.
Okay, so on that note, Amnee bids him good night and then goes back to the board and just studies it in detail. So feel free to throw me whatever I find out.
Basically just more that there's a variety of different sightings of people using magic. There's that letter that I explained previously. There are the lists of names, because what Lucille does, or what you're able to garner from that board, is that the governors and bishops, none of them have second names or none of them have first names. You're not too sure which way round it goes. They all just have single names, which on one of the pieces of paper is this for safety? Are there really multiple governors, or is it the same
Typical
person just
conspiracy
changing
stuff.
that name? Exactly, yeah, your
Awesome.
standard conspiracy theory, yeah.
Can I is on the board, can I ask, is there any person that's in the government in, like, the city that seems to be connected to a bunch of these events? Is there somebody that might possibly know about a government black site in the wastes? Or might have knowledge of how to find out about that type of thing?
You seen Nadia put a note of some things that she's found on that board, and one of them was black sites. But she's not connected it to any names, anything. She just says, "Is this government run?" Like black sites, government ? You know,
No
she's
shady
not sure.
figures in the government. She's like,
I mean, she suspects all of them. To be fair,
all of them. Cool.
Yeah, but the fact that they are, the fact that or from what she's seen now of what they've done to Cleo, that they are so magically inclined, are they like an extension of it? Are they, part of other things? There's no information to confirm or deny either theory, but it's a theory nonetheless.
When everyone was down there, did I notice that they had like backpack and rations and stuff on them, or are they all pretty empty of goods, y'all?
Yeah, like they've ditched most of their stuff. They have, you would have probably been informed that they have rooms, somewhere, and you could easily, follow them to their rooms if you wanted to.
Amnee was just thinking about making sure everyone had enough like stuff to survive at least 3 to 4 days if they're all going to take this trip.
Oh right, yeah. There's been no discussion of distance.
Yeah, but okay, never mind. We're good.
Yeah.
We would,
So
we
yeah,
would
they've
definitely told you where we're staying.
Yeah, they've told you where they're staying and that they have no traveling equipment per se, like no tents, no rations, no other such supplies.
We don't need no stinking tents. Although I do think that we'd probably have some supply of rations based off of our ship that we still technically own.
Well, you could go and acquire some, but on your person.
I can actually find food for us as Outlander. That's my background.
Sweet.
So.
Pardon me.
So if we need food, we're good. Like it wouldn't hurt to have stuff on us, but.
And we can
keeps
all
rations to snack on.
We can all rough it at night. We have someone who can. Well, no, we can't make fire right now. Actually, maybe you kind of could if you just are fire.
I can, but it uses magic.
Did we talk about that, Greg? Am I able to use like racial? Because like racially, I'm able to use produce flame.
It's magically connected, so no.
Yeah.
Like if it's an ability that like dwarves are, racially stout, like they are just hardy people, that's fine. But anything that's connected magically, so like your produced flame, that's going to be a magical flame. That would be done.
Sure, makes sense.
Theo will be able to build a fire.
Is a dragonborn's flame magical, or is it like they got those like gaseous sacs in the back of their throat?
It's glandular.
Yeah.
It's glands.
It's glandular. Yeah. So it's basically like that is part of your biological makeup that you are able to, acid, fire, electricity, whatever. It's all connected through your body. So yeah.
Cordelia has glands confirmed. Cordelia is literally just a talking fish.
I'm excited for that bit of the recording patch. That really got you for some reason.
Yeah, like little gills.
Well, she got the little fin ears, so
yeah.
And Nashara's got powerful glands.
Fantastic.
She can breathe
Cool.
Lots of fire.
Oh my.
Anyone else?
Oh my.
Anyone else for pre-evening activities?
Yeah. Cordelia's pre-evening activity is taking a head count of everyone and knowing where everyone is before they go to bed.
Awesome. So, Nashara, are you headed to bed?
Yes.
Rel, are you headed to bed? Or Halvar, sorry, are you headed to bed?
I was going to follow Fallow.
Okay. Amnee, is remaining in the Resistance HQ, perusing over the stuff, but they don't sleep, so fine. Nadia's off getting some sleep. Shane, yay or nay?
She's not. How are the rooms situated again? I forget. Do we all have individual rooms?
The last. Well, unless someone else paid up the oh god, what is it called here?
2 rooms, Sneaky Pete's.
Yeah, we only did 2 rooms, Sneaky Pete's. But what is the currency called again?
Zion's.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Zion.
Because when we first got in, we were so unsure. So unless someone else bought another room, it's just 4 and 4 or 4 and 5 now.
The Resistance have ponied up.
All right. So what's our room format?
There's a Resistance. Oh, it's still the same, but they've covered the costs. Like
cool. They've covered 2 rooms.
This is a Resistance front, so yeah.
These rooms have been provided by the Resistance here at Sneaky Pete's.
Cordelia,
Behind door number 3.
Cordelia, in her process for this evening, is like, hey, is it possible to get a third room so that we're only 3 to a room instead of 4 and 5?
They are still
And then you're
fully
like,
booked.
oh wait, Amnee isn't gonna need a room.
I mean, you might want a place to be able to go to. I don't
I'm
know.
in a place where I need to go to. It's fine. Also,
Also,
can
they said no. So
Can we take a break soon? Very, very, very
Yes.
soon. Thank you.
Yep. Once we confirm where everyone's going, we'll have a quick break. So, cool. So yeah, they don't have any more rooms. Unfortunately, they are fully booked up. But you don't have to worry about cost. Cool.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Shane-
Bed.
Yeah.
Cool.
He sits up as usual.
Yeah,
And
Shane
then-
is in bed, but not necessarily going right to bed. But she's there.
But she's
So,
that's
yeah.
where she headed. Yeah. Cool. And then
Yes.
Thea, bed. Yeah or nay?
Yeah, 'cause she would have seen Halva go off to Fallow and realize she doesn't need to do that.
Awesome. Cool.
Ooh,
So-
burn.
Halvar. Cool. You, as you all kind of filter out, you see Fallow leave Sneaky Pete's and you follow him. What's your passive perception?
I'm not stealthing. I'm walking up to it. Are you
No, but
asking mine?
your perception.
Mine passive is 14.
Cool. So roll a perception for me.
That's a 21.
Cool. So you see that he's making for back towards the immigration. And then Fallow, you can see as you kind of are checking the corners as you begin to turn right towards the docks that Halvar has followed you. And that's where we will take a break for now. We are all prepared. Fantastic. So, Fletch, as you make your dash towards the docks, as you begin to turn, you take a second to pause to make sure the coast is clear. You see that Halvar has put the foot on the gas and has managed to catch up to you. Do you continue down to the dock? Do you stop to talk?
I don't stop at all.
You don't stop, so you're battering onwards.
Mhm.
Okay. Halvar, I'm presuming that you follow.
Yeah, if he's not talking, I'm not talking. I'm following him.
Okay, so where about in the docks are you headed for?
The ship.
You want the ship? Okay. What are you looking for?
My shield.
You got it. Cool. So you head down towards to the ship. There's no guards or anything. You obviously walk on, go down to the cargo hold. You find the chest that everything was placed on, and Halvar, you're right behind him as you see him raking around the cargo hold for his shield.
So, do you enjoy just following others around?
Sometimes. Just not gonna. I know you can handle yourself, but I'm not in the business of leaving people behind.
Trusting? I think you meant trusting.
You can call it whatever you like.
I call it what it is.
You call it what you see. What you see is not always what you get.
Neither it is for you. But in any case, you do not know what's going on, do you? Of the situation, I mean.
I have no idea what is going on in your situation since you
By the
never
way,
tell.
Sorry, carry on.
That was it.
Okay, out of character, Fallow has not turned around. He's just looking down at his shield.
That's okay.
Oh, no, I'm just letting you know.
Yeah.
You know, feels just like everything's telling me to do this, do this, do this. And it's not saying get my kingdom back. It's not saying avenge my family. It's not saying that anyone I know is alive. Or used to know. So, is that all I am to do? To just be a sword and shield? I can be a soldier. If you wish me to be that, I can be that. I have seen the way you have looked at me in my current state. If you wish to say something, and do not just stalk me like I am a prey.
There is no stalking going on. And
then what is always following me? Protection?
We have already lost one. What says someone else using magic can't just teleport you to who knows?
Perhaps it would be a blessing in disguise.
You say you are but a sword and shield.
I can be.
Yes.
There is a difference.
But that is what you were saying you are. That's what you were saying people are treating you as.
That's what you are treating me as.
You do not understand that to get your country back, we will need lots of swords and shields.
I do not care about this disenchanted! And Fowler just throws his shield at the wall. I do not care that we are destined by God. I do not care that we are to save nature, save the universe, or whatever. I do not care of this. I do not care that it was a myth of story. I do not care of these people saying, this is what you are to do. I wanted my life. I wanted my life to do what I wish to do, to choose what I wish to do at the time I was born. Not this time. Not then. Not now. Then. But is it all I am to be now? Simply a sword and shield? Without any choice of who I get to be? Yes, I may get to free Eltriana, but guess what? It will not be in my time, and I will not be lost back. It will not be for anyone I've ever known, or anyone who was ever alive in my time. I am a fish out of water. Is that not clear? I am awfully good at what I do, and what I do is that I protect and help people. But the people I was supposed to help and protect, I could not. I had a demon inside of me which killed and slaughtered everyone, mind you. So, what am I, sir? I have no past. My present, false. Future, nil. What have I been given? Oh, I get the great honor of being a part of this group, mind you. This abomination of something. We are ragtag people all forced into this situation. Are we not? We do not really care of this. We are told this, and yet we follow. Every step of the way. We follow, and we follow, and we follow, and we all have problems, and we're all broken, and we are all not capable of this situation. And yet we are told we are destined for this. We are told by others what we are to do, and we never choose what we do. We are merely puppets in another person's game, and I will not have it, and I will not be a part of it.
What do you want to do?
I want my family back. I want to be back in my time. I want to be dead. Everything but this. I want to go kill someone right now because I want to display my anger at this world and this empire that I stand currently in and want to raise to. Is it not awfully clear that I have been trained from birth to lead, and then I was taking it all away and said, hey, here's this group. They are not people, they are friends, and I am not to lead them, and I am not to help them. If I cannot do either, then I am worthless. I am awfully good at what I do, mind you. Anything are you not convinced? This place, I mean, is a very dangerous similarities to what I have been taught to lead. Anyone I am around, I cannot lead. I cannot help others when I am like.
You cannot lead if you choose that you cannot. Yes, you cannot lose. You cannot lead because you choose this path. You are the one who is choosing, who is deciding this land is not your land.
Am I allowed to do anything about it? No. I am told, you must be proper. You must go talk to these people, and yet I am not allowed to talk to people. Oh, you must go here and must not say your name. I am told what to do. I do not get to choose what I get to do. I am followed at every step of the way to make sure I don't slip up, to make sure I don't lash out, because, sir, what you like is that I am nothing. I can be a sword and shield. But the person who I feared the most, the person who I saw, who I thought understood this situation of how close to death we are all being pushed towards and being used towards, is gone. The one person I thought capable of understanding every aspect of this, who I wanted to make sure understood what they were in, is gone. What, sir? You think any of us can stop whatever it is? We can only stop it if we have already been ordained by the gods, that the gods grant us mercy. What fighting do we do besides each other? We do not fight others. There is no blades to be drawn, no blood to be shed. There is no battle. We are either stronger than them or they are stronger than us. There is no in between. So if I'm not able to be a soldier, and if I'm not able to be a leader, then what am I? Nothing. That is what I am.
So you complain about not having a choice of anything you do. Yet, if we give you choices, you say you would rather die. You would rather go back in time. You would rather do this, do that. You cannot do any of this without choosing. You need to act. Acting upon yourself. All of this self-pity, all of this...
Fallow walks out.
You can try.
He's gonna try.
Go for it.
Probably not. That's
In that moment of like quietness as you try to push by, you hear
oh, go ahead.
No, you hear an echoed voice from the docks. Here, mate! Shut up! I'm trying to sleep here.
If you speak one more time, I will cut your tongue out. Yeah, that's a 22.
I got a 24. Yeah, 17 plus 7.
Cool.
Let me go, Halva.
What do you want to do?
I am simply complaining. Self-pity, is it not?
It is.
Then let me go speak with my actions.
You need to sit down, calm down, and tell
I
us.
am calm. Is that not awfully clear?
That is awfully clear that you are not. It is awfully clear that you threw punches at you threw punches at the woman you've been spending much time with. You are not calm in the slightest.
I cast Charm Person.
How are you going to do that?
Let's have a wee Speak a charm person.
It's a spell.
We
It's not.
Oh,
can't
true.
have.
Yeah, you can't do it. Are you gonna do it anyway?
I'm doing it anyways.
Alright, cool. So when you, in the heat of the moment, try and cast
No. Fallow's very deliberately making the casting.
No, but in the heat of
Yeah.
the moment, your sense of knowing that these bracelets prevent it, you try and force the arcane energy through to your hand to start to cast the motion, and you get like this slight burning sensation at the end of your wrist, and
I continue to try to cast.
it's just gonna like burn. It doesn't like do any damage, but you feel like that it's definitely activated.
I am Faloth Arce Virbisalis Standhawk.
I know your name. What does that name mean to you? If you are sitting here willing to throw it away instead of act and redeem that name, what does it mean to you?
I am going to act. I'm going to kill every guard that comes here. Their stone guardian. I am going to find.
What you are saying
so
is you are going to kill yourself.
I am skilled with a blade. I will be fine.
You are skilled with a blade, but you are not skilled enough to take down every guard that comes this way. Not you, not I, not any one of our group is strong enough to take down every guard that comes.
They shall come one by one. It is a ship. There is choke points.
Yes, but how long can you survive dealing blow by blow against their constructs?
I cast again.
It just again totally prevents it, and you feel that burning sensation on the end of your wrist. Follow with your passive perception, you can hear that there are some feet and the sounds of the guardians as you've heard them starting to echo across the docks.
You best get out, Halvar. There's quite a few coming. They wouldn't wish to find you here.
And then after he says that, however, you'll also hear the multiple footsteps of guards and guardians approaching.
I draw my blade and go get my shield.
So you don't find your shield inside the cargo hold.
But he threw the shield. Right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
my understanding was that they went to the captain's quarters because that's where his shield was, and he was going to get the shield.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
he threw it in anger.
This is in the cargo hold. So you could have thrown something in anger, like a box or something, but
Yeah, I go to get my shield.
I thought he specifically went to get
That's
his
what.
shield.
That's what I was.
He went to get his shield.
That's
Oh,
what the scene was.
but did you? Yeah, but did you say cargo hold at some point or something, just by accident?
Oh, okay, that's fine then. Yeah, so we'll retcon and say this all happened in the captain's quarters, which means the drunk man that you heard, he wouldn't have heard you, so that's fine. Cool. So yeah, so you hear the approaching guardians, their footsteps approaching downwards.
I'll look at you. If that is the choice you've made, if that's what you want to do with your life, then I'm by your side.
Why won't you let me die?
Because your name, your story, means so much more than this.
Is this hammer in here as well? His maul?
He's
Sorry,
probably
what?
got it on him.
Oh yeah,
No, his magical
my maul
maul.
would be in there. Yeah, my magical maul would be in there.
Oh, that's true. So you could grab that if you wanted to, or you could roll with your the one that Dushin made you.
I'm not making a move for it right now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still watching him.
And then after you kind of look at each other for a few more moments, you hear the guards and the guardians start to. Well, you hear the guardians overhead. They're obviously too big to fit down the stairs. And the guards come down, and they know exactly where to find you. So they crush open the door, the captain's quarters, and look straight at Fallow. Right. You're coming with us.
Certainly.
Get a knife.
I simply have.
Go for it. Sorry.
If you could come here, sir, I have something important.
No, you're coming with us. No.
Do you know who Fallow Standhoft is?
Nope.
Son of Lord and Lady Duthrow.
Nope.
No, they were around about 100 years ago, before this current regime came about.
Well, I'm only 35, so I ain't got a fucking clue, mate.
Oh, don't worry. You'll be meeting them in the afterlife soon. And I'm making an attack.
Cool.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry.
Is your hand? So, which hand are you using for your attack?
Shield that sword right.
Cool. So, as you go to attack with your right hand, your bracelet is now burning. Still, it's not burning anymore, but it's shining bright red. And as you go to charge towards him with your sword, the sword stops just in front of the guard. Yeah, you can't attack us, not with that on. Sorry, pal. And your body loses all function. You are now considered paralyzed.
I'm gonna pull up the maul and I'm gonna hit the bracelet.
And you strike his bracelet. Make an attack. Roll your
attack.
Oh
no! I'm considered paralyzed, which means he has advantage on the attack.
Yes.
Or unconscious, which gives him advantage and critical on the attack.
No, just paralyzed. You're still conscious.
Is the bracelet paralyzed? Because that's what he's attacking. I'm just kidding. It's totally just kidding.
I am going to rules log right here.
That poor bracelet. What did it ever do to you?
I cannot see a way that this doesn't also break his wrist.
Oh, it's going to break my wrist.
DM, break his wrist.
It's a 20 total.
This.
20 total. It's going to hit him. Yep.
Shatter Fallow's wrist, please.
Bone fragment.
Then he wouldn't be able to cast any spells because he can't do the.
No, it doesn't matter. I just needed my sword hand. I'm a fighter, remember.
I like that Caitlin is giving Zachary shit, but that was also our same plan was to break your wrist.
No, I know, but she was willing to do it. Is the thing.
Fallow was around.
But now it's like with what Fallow has done to this evening. He could have broken wrist.
Fallow was about to cut his own hand off.
Join the club.
So what was
Fallow Skywalker?
What was the damage on the attack?
Almost record low for me. That's a total of 6 damage.
6. That is a record low.
Thank God.
I love that. Yeah, so you pull up your maul and begin to swing at his arm. Your arm, as much as you're paralyzed, kind of allows the blow to kind of be sought through. So you kind of feel a little bit of that force go through you. You do take the 6 points of damage. I mean, your hand stays down by its side, but you're still paralyzed.
It's still the copper maul.
Yes. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So no save, no nothing.
Nope.
Why am I so glad that this hasn't gone Jaime Lannister bad already?
Then I'm going to go ahead and activate my Crimson Right.
But you're paralyzed. To do so, you would need to.
It's a mental thing.
It's a mental thing for you. Oh, okay, cool. That's fine.
Yeah, but the bracelet doesn't break or anything when I hit it?
It doesn't, no. And the guard looks at you, the other guard that's with him there says to you, I'm gonna let that one slide, but if you don't want to see yourself at cells as well, then excuse me, don't be doing that.
If you wouldn't mind, we could use a minute.
Oh, he's fine. It's his first offence. It's a bit of a telling off, and then, he spends a night in cells. It'll be right.
Exactly. I will. This is hard. I'm gonna prop his arm up on something. If I can, prop his arm up on something.
Okay.
Shatter my wrist. Shatter my wrist.
I'm gonna try and shove the tip of a javelin in between the bracelet and try and leverage that off.
Okay, cool. The guards are gonna let you, because they find this hilarious, but you can hear like funny.
By the way, you're gonna get an additional 4 for my crimson, right? That's +4. So that'll be plus 1d4.
For
on any attack you make, because my crimson, right?
I don't know if this is an attack or what I'm doing here.
No, I'm not going to say this is an attack, but yeah, basically he's trying to just pry the bracelet off. You like ram your javelin between, and you try and like pry it away, but the copper's like, it seems it's just not budging at all.
Okay, well, I guess I will pick him up and start casually walking past the guards.
I love it so much. Oh my god, I love that. I love it.
I love that how we're just like a mountain of willpower.
Cool. So what were you doing there, sorry?
I'm going to pick him up and start walking past the guards.
Oh, okay, cool. And as you pick him up and you take him, you start carrying him, like, well, I appreciate your help, because he did look like quite a heavy load, so, that's a nice one. The shield guardians are upstairs. They'll take him off your hands and they'll get him sucked at HQ.
Go through the ship and jump out the side, however do it.
Okay, I'll get up to the top, go over towards the gangplank, and I'm assuming the shield guardians are standing like either on top of the ship next to the gangplank.
They are, yeah. They've come up the gangplank and they're on the edge of the boat. Basically, there to prevent anything getting down the gangplank. So.
Okay.
And then right behind you, obviously, are the 2 guards, and as you get close enough, they say, "Right, pop him down, and shield guardians will pick him up."
I will carefully lay him down.
Okay.
And I will rage and push the shield guardians off the edge. Okay.
So yeah, that would be Is that push? So is that opposed or?
It would be a shove attack. I have these thing right here. One sec.
Oh, okay, cool. Shove.
Move opponent by winning an opposing strength
athletics, cool, which is dex based. Nice.
It's athletics.
Oh, is that no? Athletics is strength, isn't it?
Yeah.
Cool. So be a 22.
That is a 25.
Ooh, excellent. First one, yeah.
Since it's attack, I have my second attack. I will push the other one off.
Awesome. 20. No, 22 again. Sorry.
That's a 26.
Cool. So yeah, you manage to shove one, and they don't like bend. They just kind of like tip, like, and you hear this. And then the 2 guards behind you are going to try and grapple you. One is 15.
Nope.
And the other is a dirty 20.
Well, it's not going to beat my natural 20.
Cool. So the second guard grabs you and grapples you and says, that wasn't a clever move. You're gonna get binned for that one and all. Again, first offence, so you'll get telling off. Then we'll let you out in morning.
Okay, well then I will go ahead and start to grapple them and throw them overboard.
Okay, cool.
Everybody in the ocean!
Another natural 20.
Let's go!
Woo! That's
So
amazing.
while grappled by the one, you push the other guard away.
I broke both of those their grapples. I got like a 20.
Oh no, only one of them's grappled. The other one didn't succeed. Just one of them's grappled you.
No, neither of them did because I succeeded both of them.
Oh, okay, cool.
Because 15 and I got like a 17 on a die. The other one was not a natural 20. It was a dirty 20.
Sorry, cool. That's fine. Super. So yeah, one was a 7 and the other is an 18 for the shoves.
Well, it was a natural 20 and a 21.
21. Cool. So yeah, you managed to put all 4 of them into the sea. The shield guardians themselves are now starting to, like, their heads protrude upwards, so you can see like the tops of their heads. They're tall enough to be above the sea level, but they are the only thing.
I pick him up. I start walking down. I will find some random, like a child off the street, give them 5 Zion and say, go tell everyone go tell these people, the party at Peter's, that I am going to the destination, and I will start walking with Vallo there.
Okay, cool. So yeah, you managed to find like there's no like children or anything around. There's like a couple of deckhands that are like on the night shift kind of thing, just making sure nobody tries to steal anything or whatever. And one of them says, yeah, sure, yep. And he goes, like, he's never seen 5 Zion in his life. Like, this is fucking like jackpot day for him. So he's whoosh, gone. And he's straight down. So Cordelia and Amnee, as you guys are kind of leave Sneaky Peters and you're like out looking for find out where they've gone. This this dwarven deckhand comes screaming up to you. Well, you see him like try and like come careering into Sneaky Peters, which is like totally like you've never seen anyone rush into Sneaky Peters.
Cordelia turns to see what he's doing suspiciously because she suddenly has a sinking feeling.
So you see him rush to the bar. And there's a couple of the Yanti bar staff on, and they take the note and they kind of look over and go, "Excuse us, you have a note here. You have a note from this person."
She goes and takes it.
So you go over to the bar, and the dwarven man says, "Oh, someone gave me to give you this, so yeah, here you go." And it's a note that's signed by Halvar saying, "Oh, we're going to the location."
They're going to meet us there tomorrow, Amnee.
Who?
Halvar.
No. I mean, where? Sorry.
Yes, I don't know if they know where they're going.
Yeah. You know what? It's like almost a 2-day trip out there. We should probably get supplies. Well, I mean, you should sleep. I'll go get supplies. I don't need to sleep anyways.
I will try to do that.
Which?
The sleep.
Okay. You do that. I'll be back downstairs once I've gotten what I think will work.
And I will... Well, we still can't do magic. Cordelia gives Amnee the note. If they don't know where they're going, I'm not sure exactly how we'll find them. But we'll just have to figure it out because... Sounds like they can't... Maybe they can't come back here.
Okay, I look at the note. Do I recognize the handwriting or anything?
It's signed by Halvar.
Yeah, it's Halvar.
Yeah.
Okay, that doesn't look like it's forged, is what I'm trying to say.
Oh right, yeah, no, definitely.
Amnee
For
trusts
what little,
nothing here after what they've been through. Nothing. Except for
That's
Elle.
fair.
Elle's curry's good.
Yeah,
Elle's curry is good.
awesome, cool. So
Cornelia
I-
goes to bed.
Can I ask a
Fantastic.
question?
You may indeed.
Way back in the long, long ago of things that are in the chat, Nadia said she was following. I said that Nadia was following Fallow. Did I see any or all of this? I will leave it up to a die roll or whatever. Of
See
what?
all of the discussions
Halvar.
between.
I don't really give a shit about the discussion. More so, just where Halvar is taking Fallow or where Halvar
Oh, okay.
is going.
So, my understanding is that Nadia would have left to go bed down for the night.
That's fine.
Cool. However, that actually is a nice segue. You obviously have accommodation in the Rebel HQ themselves. For it being a front, they do have their areas where they can rest. You hear a knock at the door very early in the morning, and it's kind of you're kind of what? And it's a very rushed knock at the door.
I get up and throw open the door. Well, I get up and look out the door.
Lucille is in your doorway. Not dressed in armor and with no armaments on him, but he is in like silken pajama type things. Basically his undergarments. But
I usher him in.
He stands in the doorway and says, "There is no time.
What's going on?
I believe there is more trouble down by the docks. One of our agents was to run a note here, and they said that they saw someone pushing guardians into the water. I am presuming this may be part of the group that have arrived here. They seem to be quite volatile in their approach to authority. So my only assumption.
Maybe that's what we need.
I think this is not a sensible idea. We shall change the hearts and minds of the city, and we'll have the army require. For now, I think it may be best for you to go and intercept them. You will no doubt find them heading east for the caverns, because I presume this is the only place they seek now safe, especially seeing as they will be tracked."
Tracked. Great. Great.
Well, they are still wearing their bracelets and their phylacteries are still in the vault, so should you be correct, since the government will know their exact location until they reach the caverns.
And
let me get the group moving then.
So Amnee is like taken off towards the marketplace area to go find that store with the thing. They're planning on breaking in to get the food needed if necessary.
Yes, it is closed.
Yeah.
So you will need to break in. So make a what's the lock pick and check again? Is that sleight of hand?
Sleight of hand, yeah.
Yeah, cool. So yeah, roll a sleight of hand.
And I'm obviously doing my usual completely paranoid, acting cool, but listening in on everything.
Yeah, perfect. So you don't hear. There's no one. This marketplace is completely.
That was a good roll. Okay, so 22 for sleight of hand.
Yeah, you managed to, although without the correct tools, you managed to definitely kind of like break it open with very little need for noise or anything, and you managed to get in, and you can acquire the needed rations and such. Lucille says to Nadia,
yeah,
that yes, you must gather the rest of the group and they must go. Please make sure they camp before they reach the caverns, because they will need all their strength for what they may encounter.
Understood. Is there anything else I should know?
No. Just allow them to do their thing. When they enter the caverns, just wait for them.
Okay.
If the rumors are to be true, then it may be more than you are capable of.
Well, that felt like a slap in the face. Why don't you go back to bed? She just closes the door and goes to get her armor and shit on.
Perfect. Cool. So, so however you are headed east for the only mountain range that you're aware of. Amnee is gathering goods and making they've been before, so they're making similarly tracks. And then Nadia, you grab your gear and you head to the rooms that you know the rest of the team are in, and you rouse the rest of the party.
Yep. It's knock knock knock.
Yeah, obviously beforehand you would see Cordelia in the bar area, like stunned at this revelation. Presumably, I'm presuming Cordelia, you may have gone to do the same to rouse the rest of the party.
Yeah.
I thought they were gonna.
Well, no.
sleep.
Sorry. Yeah, because the notice that we got was just from Halvar saying meet you at the location, and frankly, I think Cordelia at that point is like,
"Fuck it.
Okay, we're still gonna get our fucking sleep then."
Cool. So you head. Yeah. So you head up. You're just starting to doze off as the dum at the door.
Hello.
Yes. Come in.
Thank you. Nadia pushes in and she has her armor on, shield ready, bag and stuff. I apologize to interrupt, but you and your comrades need to get up. We need to go.
Does Cordelia stay in Shane's room?
Well, yeah, like 4 of us are in this room, so
Okay, well, you could be in the other room from her.
Yeah, no, I don't. Yeah, it doesn't. I probably. Yeah, I just say that it definitely wouldn't just be Cordelia in here. So.
Okay, yeah. Shane did not go to sleep right away. Like, it took her a good couple hours. So if this takes place within 2 hours, she is also awake.
Yeah, so you were kind of like, sort of just like staring at the ceiling, whatever, just kind of like trying to doze off, but obviously
trying to process everything. Yeah,
exactly. And so you would also see Nadia.
I wanted to let you know Shane is also awake.
Yeah.
Cordelia rolls out of bed and goes to the other room to wake everybody else up, anybody who is asleep, and collectively informs people that something has occurred and we must leave immediately.
Oh,
when Cordelia goes to the other room, she turns to Nadia and says, "What is going on?"
We got a message that something happened down on the docks that involved your friends, and we need to leave. We need to head east towards the caverns.
Did they get arrested?
No, I don't believe so. It sounded like they were on their way somewhere. I don't know who it is either.
Okay.
It's Halvar, and seeing as how the only other one we're missing is Fallow, it's probably Fallow.
Thea hears this and just sighs.
No sleep for the wicked, Thea. Let's go.
And you've got to wake 2 dragons as well. Ooh.
I want to kill that boy.
Try not to.
Why did we even bother going to sleep? We could have just left 2 hours ago.
You're right. I'll never suggest we sleep ever again.
Well, we're going to sleep eventually, but for now we need to get you out of town.
And they roll out. I don't.
Autobots.
I very much hope so, Shane.
Yeah, I want to be able to get the fuck out of here if we need.
Wow.
Cool.
Where's your other member, the tiefling?
The last I spoke with Amnee, they were planning to go get supplies. They may be trying to do that now.
You rouse your people. I will go. If they're going to the general supply, then I'll find them.
Great. We will meet you at the edge of town. Which direction?
At east. The gateway out to east.
East out of town.
Thea and I know where it is.
We will be there.
Thea and I know where it is.
All right.
And we go.
I'm just saying this so that it's on record. That is the funniest fucking gift I've ever seen.
I know. I laughed like on cam. I'm actually sorry.
Oh my
so
god!
Good.
I love it.
It's also a very accurate representation of Buff.
I just saw the first bit and I went, "Yeah, that's fine. That's exactly what I need. I just want a general order boss roll out."
That is exactly the gif
I
was
love the
thinking of
cat.
when I
I
said
love
that.
it.
Too good.
Gets me every time. Anyway, yes. So you
gonna
all
keep hitting
gather. You all gather the little equipment that you have with you and head out. Halvar, you it's fairly quiet. You manage to kind of divert yourself the long way for a shortcut, avoiding any patrolling shield guardians. You manage to find, knowing that the only mountain range is east. You manage to start heading your way there. As you're maybe 30 minutes, 40 minutes, like in that direction, you can hear from behind you kind of the pitter patter of some hastened footsteps, as they seem to be going far quicker than you first, than you know people are generally capable of running, which kind of gives you kind of concern for anything. Do you turn wielding weapon? Do you drop fallow?
I will keep ahead of them for as long as I can, and when they get close enough that I know that I can't outrun them, if I can't, then I will set him down and pull out my maul.
Cool. I'm going to say after about another maybe 20 minutes or so, as you put him down, you're going to hear these footsteps are pretty close by. And as you turn and begin to draw your maul, you can see the recognisable figure of Amnee approaching quickly.
Halvar.
Hey.
Hi. I saw you carrying Valo. What's going on? I was I'd like I have got like a bag full of like supplies.
Well, I'll put the maul back and pick Fallow back up. It's like he's.
As you try to pick Fallow back up, he seems to go floppy, and Fallow, you've regained the facilities to speak and act as need be.
Like Harry Potter.
Okay.
Quickly, what's going on?
It.
Are we leaving now? You're heading this way. Are we leaving now?
You're unconscious, Olaf.
Oh, no, you were still conscious. It's just the paralysis is worn off.
Oh, you're not gonna step on my Hagrid, really?
Well, it was a great Hagrid, but yeah, and he is conscious. Just the paralysis is worn off.
So, Halvar.
So yeah, there was a little bit of a situation, and I couldn't get the bracelet off of him, so I'm taking him to the only place that I know that we can.
Is his bracelet still glowing the red?
It is not, no.
Okay. I can get him there faster, especially since I already know the way. But
who is that? Is that Amnee?
Yes.
Like, I can't see you. I'm staring at Halvar's chest.
Hold.
No, I hadn't picked you up yet.
You're on the ground. I don't know why you're looking at his chest. That's really weird.
It's very dirty down here.
Halvar, let me tell you how to get there, and then go back and make sure the others get there, okay? I will take him there as fast as I can. I can go much faster than you.
Okay.
And I explained how to get there to the best of my ability. And I made camp here, and you can probably see some of my hoof marks over here. And I explain all that. And I say, Fallow, are you willing to come with me? Just say yes, please.
I don't really have any means of saying no.
All right, then. And with that, I cast Dimension Door twice, 1,000 feet towards the caverns, and click my Boots of Haste on, and I run.
Dragging me, or am I being carried?
Oh, you are being carried.
Okay.
I'm not weak. I'm not strong.
How much worse that just got for you, Fallow. I'm sorry. I told you so. You got carried off a boat by a barbarian, and you're being carried by a little tiefling girl.
Tiefling is not little. I'm almost as tall as he is.
She's taller than me.
Yeah, I'm taller than Halvar.
With horns, I'm pretty sure Amnee's taller than me.
Yes, with my horns, I am taller. This is true.
I love you so much. I just wanted to make a point.
Yeah. So Fallow, they carry you through the dimension space twice, and you feel the wind rushing as the paralysis again starts to wear that little bit further off the further you go from the city. So you start to feel, that you can wiggle your toes, wiggle your fingers, and then as you get within maybe half a day's further travel towards the caverns, you you see that the sun is now daylight. By the time Amnee's dimension door and Skips have managed to cut half a day's travel. It's still a full day to get there. So the day is now it is beginning a new day.
And in between like breaths, Amnee is like, we need to get you to that cavern and get that bracelet off you fast.
You can cut. I have a sword. Just cut it off.
I don't know. I'm not as strong as Halvar. Like, that probably would have been a better idea, but...
Few swings, deal with the hand.
What? Swings? Hand? What?
Cut it off. It hurts.
Cut off your hand. Oh, God. Oh, God.
In your ear, you hear, yeah, he wants you to cut his hand off. How funny is that? Cutting his hand off. That's funny.
He's just isn't thinking right, that's all. I can get him there. I can get there fast enough.
No, do you know, it's going to be easier. You've told them where to camp, so find them there. Just be stealthy, hide. You'll be alright. Sorry, I'm not wearing the correct attire for this character.
No, you are not. I want the goggles and everything. Thank you.
I heard that. Like, oh no, Amnee's gone crazy.
Sorry about that, everybody.
Wait. You said it was a new day? The dawn is risen?
Yeah.
I will roll again. I will roll again.
Okay. You got it.
Oh, it's odd.
Oh. So he says, you can hide and this is fine. And you hear the, no, that's not a good idea. Let's just carry on because this is going to be far more important. We need to get them to those caverns to get them safe.
I'm with that voice. I'm going to keep running towards the caverns.
But no. You can't. That's not even fair.
Is that speaking inside their head?
Yep.
Okay, just making sure I'm not hearing like half the conversation.
Oh, no. I'm speaking out loud. The rest of the conversation is in my head.
Okay, so what was the last thing you said?
No, I'm with that voice. I'm going to the caverns with him.
Amnee? Someone else here?
Fair.
Yes. You go with that thought. You are here.
Okay. Where is here?
Here is currently running up the mountainside towards the caverns of clarity.
Are we back in... What was that town?
Holdrath? No.
Tired.
Rest. I got you.
Sure. I've been doing good walking so far. And falls back asleep.
Aww.
They told you we needed sleep, but Captain Fantastic says no, we must go and find the caverns. Don't you call me Captain Fantastic. This is not even funny. Like, don't even do that. Let him rest. He must, for that paralysis spell will have taken a grand effect on him, but be aware they may try and find him.
I know, I'm going as fast as I can. Any help? Wait, what? Wait. Okay, seriously, out of character. I have Emir spells right now, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I just have to figure out where the hell those are. Hold on.
We pinned them, I think.
I think we did, yeah.
Yeah, we did. But it doesn't look like there's anything that would aid with speed.
No.
No.
So, I think I would try to find a spot because I'm imagining I'm going to get kind of tired soon because a whole day of just like running and holding someone is exhausting, no?
100%, yeah.
So I would rest for an hour to get my short rest and then use Dimension Door again and again.
Cool. Which then cuts, so that cuts yeah, that's fine, cool. So you take an hour's rest just by where the campsite is, and you allow them to rest. All the while, Halvar, you start to make your way back towards Sneaky Peter's. Are you taking the direct route towards Sneaky Pete's, past Shiznan's, or are you kind of taking the dodger route, as in as windy possible?
I'll go direct route. They didn't know who I was.
Cool, fantastic. So you take the direct route, and probably about maybe couple of 100 yards south of Shiznan's, you bump into the rest of the group who are making direct route for that eastern exit.
Where's Fallow?
Just we're leaving this way. Follow me as fast as you can.
Yeah. Do you know where it is?
Yes. This way. That's why I said follow me.
No, I know. I just meant, have you been there?
And I take
Because
off.
I also know where. And let's
Be behind.
Yeah, unless anyone else is asking any questions.
No. Not much more than that. Wait, actually, I mean, on the way, Shane would be like, what the hell happened on the axolotl?
A lot and not much. I threw a couple things into the ocean.
What
You
is
need
it
to
with
stop
you
doing
and
that.
throwing?
You mean
What is
the
it with you and
automatons?
throwing things?
Yes, but not just them.
The guards?
Did you throw more
Yes.
guards,
Yes.
Calver? Are we gonna have
We
to
really
break
need
this
to get a
down?
competition for you to just start throwing things and winning money off of it or something.
That sounds like a
Plan
good
for another
idea.
time.
Yeah, well, we'll deal with the ramifications of that later. For
Yeah,
now,
how are you not in jail, by the way?
Where's
don't know who I
Amnee? I need to go get Amnee.
Amnee is bringing Fallow to the caves.
All right.
We are going there now.
Oh, okay.
What about him?
What about him?
Which
About
him?
Oh yeah, where is Follow?
I just said that Amnee was
Oh, yeah.
bringing him to the caves.
Sorry.
I don't mean that. I mean something must have happened to
That
cause
was part.
guards.
Yes, that was part of the a lot and not much.
Halva.
There was another confrontation, and he tried to cast something.
With guards?
No, at me.
I'm sorry, your friend tried to cast a spell on you?
Yes. At least I assume it was at me, since I was the only one in the room.
Is that what
Are
people with
you
magic
okay?
It didn't work, so I seem to be fine.
The answer is no,
I
Nadia.
mean, like, are you okay? Not, you don't have to tell us what happened, but obviously it must have been charged in some way.
Yes. We'll figure that out when we get there.
Fair enough.
I'd love to
We've
ask
got a long
questions,
journey
but
ahead of us,
drowning.
so
Sorry, there was 3 people trying to talk right there.
I was
Who
just
wants to go
saying we have a long journey ahead of us, so let's go.
Yes.
My comment was, so expect him to be a bit
Yeah, he's not going to be
heated.
happy.
Well, I'm sure
When is he ever?
I'm sure the prince had his reasoning.
I don't think there's much reason in him right
Cordelia
now.
scoffs.
Nadia, one thing you need to know about our dear princeling is that he's a lot of hot air.
I'm sorry? What do you mean?
I don't know if that's fair. This has not been an easy time.
There's also a lot more density to him than hot air.
Yes.
Okay, fair enough.
I know it's frustrating, Thea, but I keep coming back
It just
to the
seems
fact
every
that
time we go take steps towards, helping, he seems to just blow up again.
Well,
I don't think he's very used to help.
a lot of people aren't.
It's a very
People are complicated.
It's a complicated situation.
So, why don't we go and meet them? And at least then we'll all be there and on our way.
That sounds.
I'm assuming we've been walking the whole time we're saying this.
Yeah.
We're just standing idly like, well...
It's always that good walk and talk.
We better not get caught. Let's just stop and talk.
Sure, like, as much as I love the walk and talk, can we just, like, pick up the pace, maybe? Maybe run? If this is going to be something that we're going to get chased out of the city or something?
Yeah,
Once
double
we
time.
get out of town, we should pick up the pace. Don't bring attention to us.
Smart.
Exactly.
Smart old man.
Hey, Greg, does the, is it like thick forest?
No, so as you leave the outer the eastern exit of the city, it's pretty open plains area. You can see, although in the darkness of the night, when you guys are kind of bump into each other as the day's just starting to kind of turn into light, it is kind of like that back end of summer beginning to become autumn, as you can see some of the trees that are in Vinchester and start to turn that kind of off yellow, kind of dullish green. So the days are still like light pretty early. So it's probably around 3-4 in the morning by this point. So it's starting to become lighter. So you can see the kind of outline of the mountainous ranges. They are pretty big in that landscape. And there's a few pockets of woods and like there's a few kind of like brush like areas that you could like dart into to make make yourself hidden or what have you. But however, from the description that Amnee gave you, one of those brushes that's about a half a day, maybe about 3/4 of a day's travel from the city, is where they camped previously, which is in the densest part of like a small pocket of wooded areas. But beyond that, it's open plains.
I just wasn't sure if we needed to stealth, but it's kind of hard to stealth in open area, so...
There won't be much. There won't be much out here. No
Plus,
one goes into.
That would
No one
also
goes into
just
this area.
slow
Cool.
us down
So you
too much.
guys make it out with the city and begin to hasten your pace. Fletch! Well, you're having your snooze. You enter a very restful dreamscape. And you start to remember thoughts and visions of your young self training with family. You have dreams of your times of some ceremony, be they weddings or royal days of birth or such have you. But one of the ones that you kind of seem to focus on and get that realism transference as you get into that REM sleep is you were training with your grandfather. He had taken you down to the armory to go and find actual swords. You remember this being the first day that you got to train with actual weapons. You'd previously been training with wooden shield and stuff, but this was the first day your grandfather decided to go and give you an actual weapon. And he hands the swords, again traded swords, so they're still pretty blunt, but you know, this is the first time you've ever wielded heavy metal, and when he hands it to you, you think, yeah, I'm good, and doing, you kind of like, the tip goes into the ground, and you have to like pick it up, and you manage to hold it pretty well. And he says to you, don't forget, you mustn't anticipate the weight of an object. You must always prepare for the worst, because if you don't, then this is when you get beaten.
But I gotta hold up the sword like you, Grandpa.
Yeah, you do. You are quite correct. And to do so, you must always prepare for the worst.
But how can I do that without
practice? Remember, everything comes with practice.
Takes too much time.
But time, us, is near eternal. Remember, there's always time. There's
Maybe
no
for
need.
you, Grandpa.
No,
I'm
for
not like
all
you.
of
I'm not
us.
100% elf. Only half elf.
Yeah, but you see, you are getting the good parts of being an elf while not getting the bad parts of being an elf.
Like what?
So you can live for hundreds of years, whilst also not worry about any magical effect sending you to sleep.
Oh. I guess so. Anyways, what are we training today?
So we are training by simple stabs and by simple attacks. Much like fencing, you must start with the basics.
Oh, that's so boring.
I
Fine.
don't care what you think. If you do not practice the basics, the advanced techniques will become nothing but droll, wildless slashes, and we will not succeed. And if you are going to take the throne, you must be a capable warrior. And everyone, much like your father, is capable of fighting even the very basics.
But I'm not even the firstborn. My brother can... He's smarter than me. He'd be much better for the throne. Why can't he take it? Then I could just be like one of those swashbuckling adventurers. You know?
Well,
Like you were.
swashbucklers, yes, much like I, we always started with the basics.
Oh. Can't you just teach me that cool thing that you did?
I will teach you the cool thing that I show you every day, only if you can master the first lesson of basic sword technique.
Deal!
Good. Now, stand side on with your shield arm readied and with your sword held aloft. So, straight up and ready to make your attack.
Kinda heavy.
Good. Yes, but this is where the training comes in. It will become lighter. These training shields are much heavier than the ones you will wield in battle, and this means that we will train harder. Real thing will become easy.
I
Come on, you
guess.
can do it. You can do it. I know you can. You have it in you. Good. You can train without the shield for now if you wish, as long as you remember that to at least recreate the action with your arm.
Okay. No, I got it.
You got
It's
it.
great.
This is good. Excellent. Now, from this vertical position, you will take one step forward with your right foot and swing down upon your enemy. Like this.
Like this. And he just falls flat on his face.
Aww.
Oh, fellow. You're always one to go with the momentum. Remember, you must have your base steady. Be prepared to take your step forward. Remember, step and slash, not slash then step. Come on, pick yourself up.
Okay. I'm fine.
Good.
I'm fine. Okay.
Excellent. Now, again, remember, step and slash, not then slash.
Like that?
Good. Excellent. I told you you could do it.
Awesome.
Good. Again. Good. Once more.
Did I complete the
Excellent.
tutorial yet?
Good. Now, as promised, you have not perfected, but as long as you promise to practice this, I will show you this very special thing that I once did.
I'll practice it every day.
Good. Now, let's return to the armory, put the shields and swords away, and we must now go and read more on the religious studies that you have your test for tomorrow.
Okay. Okay.
Good. And as you both take your way towards return to the racks where the shields are returned to, you can see the livery on one of the shields becomes almost alive. That the images of your four gods seem to come to life. And you hear their chorled whispers say, stand with them. And that's where we're going to end today's session.
Ah! But
Oh.
stuff.